Good morning. I hope you're ready to receive a little challenge this morning from the truth of God's Word to help you get your mind on track with the truth of God so that this day can be lived with all the gusto and zeal that you can muster based on those truths. You see, because the way we live in this world is based on what we believe is true of ourselves in this world. John Piper says it's the overflow of what is true inside of us that comes out of us in those nanosecond decisions of life. If you didn't listen to yesterday's episode of The Morning Mindsets, it's episode 276. Go back and listen to that because I kind of fleshed out what this looks like to live second by second out of a deeper well of identity. And today we're going to go back to 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse number 3, and we're going to analyze a little bit what the truth we read there actually means for us. You see, Peter says, God in His great mercy has caused us to be born again to a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead. So that's a bunch of religious-sounding words. But here's what it means. It means when Jesus rose from the grave and couples our faith in His resurrection with that actual event, something happens to us. And God, who can do all things, is the one who makes it possible. He's the one who does it. Says He caused us at that moment to be born again. And don't let yourself fall into thinking that's some kind of just religious phrase. Okay, it's not. It has meaning. The words are chosen specifically. We are born again. See, I've got 3 little grandboys, and I was there for each of their births. Now, I wasn't actually in the room, but I was there shortly after to see them, to hold them, to see the outcome of a birth. I was actually in the room for the 5 of my children who my wife gave birth to. A birth is a beginning. And for those of us who have already been born physically, this new birth that Peter is talking about here, this being born again, is a new beginning. We start out again, all over, born from above, from God's action in our lives to rebirth us spiritually. It gives us a new identity. It gives us a new place in His family. You see, our old family really is gone in terms of our true identity, and now we are adopted into the family of God through this new birth. And He says we have this living hope. And so when you are able to look at yourself as a brand spanking new little baby, in a sense, spiritually speaking, that you're starting all over and you're starting with a clean heart, a heart that's forgiven, that's fresh, that's eager to do the will of God, that is aligned with the desires of the Spirit of God and is empowered by the Spirit of God to actually carry out the will of God. You're able to look at your life and the things that are before you in a whole new way because you have new resources. You have a new strength and a new identity given to you by God that you're able to live in light of. And if we really believe that, I believe that our daily actions will reflect it and that our lives will change, and we'll see progressively over time that our normal reactions become abnormal because what becomes our new normal is a godly way of responding to people and circumstances and experiences that happen in our lives. So after today, we're going to move forward to talk more about what Peter says is true of us, but continue pondering those things as you consider you have been born again into a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead.